Hey there, welcome to day 2207 of What Shipped to Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting the journey originally as I hopped online from the offline brick and mortar corporate world of business, decades in both simultaneously, and following my divorce, decided, okay, what the heck am I going to do now? And I thought, okay, I've always been curious about the internet and the online world. I'm going to go explore that and find out how some of that works. And so I hopped online and super glad I did by the time 2020 rolled around. In the beginning, not necessarily so sure because, like so many others, I struggled with, information overload, not knowing exactly who to trust and where to turn, following too many people, comparing myself to others, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All the things that I never really fell for offline, but I did when I came online. And I'm not sure what the difference is, except maybe it's social media and maybe it's that there's so much and it's such a bigger playground than the businesses I'd been involved in before with respect to being global, being anybody anywhere in the world can see what you're doing and watch what you're doing and either emulate it or copy it or hate on it, whatever. So today, a couple pieces of content I create every day, and I do it for my own reasons, but mostly because it keeps me going, right? It keeps me getting up and going and showing up every day. And for me, that's important. I do annual challenges, which most people think are crazy because they keep me going. And I also know that if I do one little thing every day, it has an incredible, not just effect, because we're doing 365 things toward the thing that it is that we want this year, but because those things build on one another. So instead of just getting 365 times the effect of doing nothing and not working toward an improvement area in our life or an area that we want to have better results in our life, it's more like tenfold that, right? So we can actually create miracles and freeze time by doing one little thing every day in terms of our ability to achieve things in our lifetime that we didn't even dream possible in the beginning. So today, this year's challenge is the Let's Grow annual challenge, and we're focusing on relationships this month. And today our topic was shared vision and goals in our relationships. And so we're talking about and thinking about our relationships today. And do we have a common vision? Are we working in our relationships toward the same end game, the same big picture results that we want? Do we want it to be a forever relationship, with our kids and our grandkids? Yes. With our significant others, it depends on your relationship. Sometimes the answer is yes. Sometimes the answer is no. You came into my life for a reason and a time period, and now it's time for you to go, or now it's time for me to go. But part of what helps our relationships grow is having a shared vision and shared goals and shared values and commonalities that are the glue that hold those relationships together. So we talked about that today in the annual challenge. And then for Supersize Your Business Group, talked about the not so sexy topic of cash flow and 10 ways to make sure that you have and are managing your cash flow in a way that makes sense for your business so that you can grow and build and supersize your business. I'm not going to go into those here. You can always watch them on the Supersize Business page on Facebook, or hit me up and I'll send you the link. I don't like to be super redundant. That's not true. I say the same things a lot, and I state the obvious. One thing about me is I'm direct and I state the obvious. I hear that a lot from my family because they're like, really? Did you just say that? And like, yeah, it's just a conversation, right? Well, not everybody sees it that way. They think I'm just being silly, and that's okay. It's just who I am. So if I can help you anyway, hit me up. Any business topics or concerns or questions you've got that you've been trying to find the answer to and you're just not sure what to do or where to go or what to look at next, just ask. If I don't know the answer, and I say this often because guess what? I'm just one person. I do my teams, but we don't know everything. Some things and a lot of things we've had to figure out along the way, like everybody else does. But I think we've got a pretty good strategy and a pretty good method these days for figuring stuff out. I think we're to the point where there aren't very many challenges that throw us off our game, or not for long anyway. The COVID pandemic, that was a huge training ground for many, 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 if not all of us, in terms of how do we control things that are absolutely positively outside of our control? Well, we can only control how we respond and react to it. And, there's a lot of different ways to respond and react to anything, but we have to find the ways that are best for us. So that's it. Have an awesome Sunday. It's Sunday where I am. if I can help you, ask. Otherwise, I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.